superhero. I'm a Shugana Messiah. XQ Rescue Oi! XQ Rescue Bay! Excuse Man comes to save the day.
Hi-yo, Segway away!
Good evening. This is XQ Rescue Radio, created by Excuse Man, Jordan Margolis, a trial lawyer from Chicago. I'm your host, Mark Austin Thomas. Welcome to the show. Excuse Man, I've got to ask you, we're talking about people and companies that are in desperate need of your unique talents for giving excuses. And if ever there was a company in recent memory that needed that, it's BP Oil.
Oh, yeah.
Over the past month, it started with the explosion of the oil rig, the sinking, the leak of oil. It's been going on for over a month now. The use of a toxic dispersant that was so toxic that late last week, EPA ordered the company to switch to a less harmful chemical to use. BP has tried a top hat, a smaller pipe, kind of a catheter effect. They're going to use something they're calling a junk shot with heavy mud to try and jam up that opening that the oil is coming out of under the water. There's so many problems, and you get the impression that we don't even know how bad the situation will eventually become in the Gulf of Mexico. Is there a possible excuse for that a company like this can use, other than ones, of course, they've already used?
Well, first of all, wise guy, I got to tell you, when I saw that video, I think it was C-SPAN, and then it was on all the news, of the president of BP, or the CEO, and the president or CEO of Transocean, and then the president or CEO of Halliburton, all on. And if you think of just a little graph with a circle and the arrows just going in a circle, you had the... I got to tell you, when BP was blaming Transocean blamed Halliburton, and Halliburton blamed back BP, I was in tears. These were tears of joy. These were tears of pride. They must have read my book, because I was just amazed, because these were the guys who were just doing the excuses right out in public, worldwide audience, and not for a moment did they even accept that it is being their accident. So it all started off, if I recall, with the president of BP saying, "It's not our accident, but we'll clean it up." Right. And I think that when we look at what's happening now with the issue of who is the operator, who has the product, who is the person responsible, you now have, with this issue of the disbursements, you have a company that has a product called Sea-Brat. Now, you got to know, with a name like Sea-Brat, it's got to be good. But I think this president, I don't know, John Sheffield or something, he manufactures Sea-Brat, and now he's taking issue, once again, with BP's response, and he's now blaming BP, and this is just marvelous, for excuses, reverse apology. He said the company is nitpicking my product because they want to use what they've always used before. He's nitpicking. So you have a product manufacturer who's now blaming the person who bought the product. And I just love this. Blame the consumer. And this is something that just makes me very, very proud. I think that the entire accident itself, whose ever accident it is, can be explained that what they were really trying to do for the long-term effects is to have a coral reef just by virtue of an oil rig. And, rather than have one of these old battleships that get retired, and they do that in Hawaii, and they have this coral reef, since nothing's going to be alive for years to come, I think what they should say is this was all, like a Disneyland type underworld, SeaWorld, Waterworld event. And their secret plan was to put the oil rig down and to create new life, maybe 200 years from now.
So, in other words, this was something they intended to happen all along.
Long-range plan, yes, of course.
Oops, it got out. You weren't supposed to find this out, but okay, yeah, we were planning to do this.
It's that kind of an oil leak.
We're just looking far ahead.
Yep, they just spilled
the
news.
To catch up with us. You're too behind. Catch up.
Yep.
Now, if you want to know more about Excuse Man, can you tell us again about your blog and about your book?
Thank you, wise guy. Go to www.excuseman.com for Excuse Man's blog. You can go to my artistic website, www.jordanmargolis.com, and have some fun. And you can go to monsterburg.com, and that's MONSTERBURG, for the new episodes of XQ Rescue Radio and XQ Rescue Cartoon.
And I'm guessing that your attitude is that no one should ever feel ashamed or embarrassed about making an excuse as long as it's a good one.
Wise guy, growing up means never having to say you're sorry. Hi-yo, segue! Away!
Okay, this is XQ Rescue Radio. It's been created by Excuse Man Jordan Margolis, a trial lawyer from Chicago. Thank you for joining us. This is KABC.
He's a screwball superhero, a Meshuggah, a Messiah. XQ Rescue, oi! XQ Rescue, man! Excuse Man comes to save the day.
Hi-yo, segue away!